Hello, hello. I'm Debbie Danford from craftiercreations.blogspot.com. And today we are working with the Thankful Garden bundle. I kind of had this one on my mind, I guess, because I did my catalog kickoff and online exclusive class on Saturday, and this was the bundle that we worked with on Saturday. So it was like I had come up with another idea. I had seen somebody doing something else. It wasn't with this bundle. It was with something else. And I like to do ink blending, and it gave me an idea of what I wanted to do. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now this bundle does come with dies, just so you know. I didn't grab them, but there's a separate die for both of these. And then there's a separate die that die cuts this, and a separate die that die cuts one little shape here. And then a couple extra leaves, and there's one for this too. I think that's pretty much all of them, but I can't remember exactly. But it's an online exclusive set. Just you won't see it in the catalog. So here's our card today, and this is kind of a color palette that I have to say I don't think I've put together. But I thought it turned out quite well. So these two pieces here are die cut from the new Textured Notes dies, and they are a set of rectangle dies, and I love them. I use them all the time. And then I did emboss this piece with the Distressed 3D embossing folder. So let's go ahead and get started here. So the inks we're going to use are Pretty in Pink, and actually I'm going to do it like this. Pretty in Pink, Melon Mambo, and Summer Splash. I feel like I haven't used Summer Splash as much as I would have liked, and I don't know why, but I brought it in for this card, and I thought it went quite well with the colors I picked. And we're going to stamp in basic gray. And I already have our stamp mounted here on the block. And then this little hello is from the Unbounded Love. But you could use any phrase that you want to use. Okay, so here's all our parts and pieces. And I have my die cut machine ready too, because we're going to have to do some die cutting. So I have already die cut these two pieces here. And I'll have all the measurements in the description below, just so you can, in case you need them. I didn't measure all of these because I just die cut, so I'll put the measurements in the description. And this piece, of course, is for our inside. This is a standard card base, 5.5 by 8.5. Okay. What we're going to do first is I am going to, because what we need to do is this is a full one, and then I cut a partial one here, and then this one you can either die cut it from that spot, or you can do another one depending on how you want to do it. And what we're going to do, hopefully this piece is big enough. If not, I'll have to grab another white piece, but I think it'll be big enough because we need to do a full one and then a partial and another one. Yeah. So I'm gonna trim these circles off so they're not in our way. This is a scrap piece I was cutting off of for another project. Okay, let's go ahead and now what we're going to do, let me just pull in a scrap piece here. And I always start with the lighter color, but what I want to do, because I know I'm going to, now you can stamp first if you want, if it makes it easier, or you can just start putting ink down and then stamp. I know I'm going to stamp this one like this, and then what I'm going to do is probably come over here and stamp this. And then I'm going to try and shove one more in, but we'll see. I may have to just die cut from another piece or grab something else. We'll see. We'll see how it all works here. And I don't have an extra white scrap laying right here. Like I need to put a stack of them right here so that I have them. Yeah, I think I need to re-ink my basic gray. We used it over the weekend too, and I think it needs re-inking. So I'm just stamping it. Now you could stamp in Memento, or what another color I've been using lately to stamp some stuff with is the new Secret Sea. Okay, but I like the subtleness of the basic gray. All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to do the 2 flowers, basically. And I don't need them both. I really only want the bigger flower, so I'm going to kind of turn it a little bit here. And there's that one. And then I'm going to do one more time, and I think I can get the small one in there. And like I said, you don't have to stamp the small one again because you could die cut this small one out. But I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway, just because. Okay, so there's that. So there's our stamped pieces. Get that out of the way. We don't need that. And we will need the basic gray to stamp our phrase. Now, what I did, we're going to start with Petal Pink. And you always want to start off a little bit. And I was noticing one of my brushes kind of was funky, but we'll see how it works. And I know I don't need both here, but I'm just inking it up anyway. And then we're going to come over here. Now, I'm doing this one actually a little different than I did my original, but it'll all turn out the same. When I did the original, I was starting with a 3 3/4 by 5 piece, and I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it, so I had just put the 2 color, the Petal Pink and the Melon Mambo up towards the top and the Summer Splash down below, and then I stamped it. But I have the plan and the layout in my head now, so, and out here already done, so now I kind of could do it a little bit different. But sometimes when you're first designing a card, you might do it a little bit different. Okay, so there's our Petal Pink. Now we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of Melon Mambo here, and be careful because this one is a little bit darker. Now, like I said, these are not necessarily 2 colors I would normally use, but it's always fun to pull out some different colors. I like it. Then we're going to bring in our shaded spruce for the leaves. And it's okay if it overlaps a little bit there. We don't mind that. I don't think I'll need these colored, but I'll color this one just in case it pops out a little bit. We'll see. Okay, so here's what we've got going on so far. I kind of like it. I might add just a little bit more. All right, we'll move that out of the way for now. And we're going to close these up. Well, it's good I don't need that one. I don't know what I just got in it, but I got something in it. Must have drug the brush across or something. Oh, not going to worry about it. Okay. We don't need that little one anyway. All right, now I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze, and I was kind of waiting for the sneeze to come out, and of course it didn't. All right, let's move these completely out of the way. Let's see where we are so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, we have our number 1, number 2, we have a plate 3 here. And what we're going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and take this die and we're going to die cut the full one out first. We're going to start there. And like I said, hopefully we can do all this. It works on this one. And if you're one that likes to tape things down, you see I have washi tape sitting around here. You can. I don't always. Kind of just depends. Okay. And if you don't have one of our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines, oh my gosh, they are the best. They just crank, everything is so smooth on it and the way it runs. And I just love it. And honestly, now would be a great time to get one if you don't have one, because you could take advantage of the joining offer. Okay, so there's our first die cut. I love it. And the The joining offer is $99 plus tax. You get free shipping, but you get $165 in products. So you could get one of these babies. That would be awesome. Now, what I'm doing now, I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. Is lining up this portion of it because we only needed that much of it. And I'm going to go ahead and tape this down. And I think at the same time, we can go ahead and die cut. I'm just going to line it up. Here we go. This one, because we have enough space that we can do these at the same time. We'll tape that down. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and run this through. But yes, it would be a great time to join Stampin' Up! And you could try it out. You get, as soon as you join, you automatically will get 20% off. Plus, you earn the Stampin' Rewards. Even as a demonstrator, you earn that. It's not just for customers. Everybody earns it. And then you get 20% off your orders, which is an awesome deal. So yeah, if you want to try it, now is a great time to do it. Like I said, we've got a great, one of the best joining offers that we've had. And I think we've had this one before, but it doesn't come out very often. But it's a great time, and I'd love to have you join my team. We are a small team, but we're mighty. We have team meetings twice a month, first and third Wednesday of the month. Although I've had a couple conflicts lately, so I've had to adjust. I'm going to cut that little piece off because I know that's not going to work for us. Okay. So now let's bring in all our parts and pieces here and start. Really now it's all about assembly. I am going to stamp the hello. And when I stamped it on this one, and you probably can't even tell now, it didn't ink up right, and I stamped it and it was partially inked. I actually lined it up pretty darn good there and stamped over it. At first I didn't like it, but once it dried, it was actually okay. So I think I'm going to layer everything on there just like that. So we're going to go ahead and stamp right down here. See, I did it again. Yeah, watch this time. I probably won't be able to line it up. And you guys watched me ink it all up right here on video. Now let's see if I can line this one up or if I'm going to have to run die cut a new piece. Sorry if my head's in here. Nope. Okay. 2 seconds. I'm going to go run because I can't use the back side of this. That's a bummer. I'll be right back. Just 2 seconds and I will die cut. Oh, look at me. I already had one die cut over there. Whew, there we go. That was fast. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to do it on the back side of this. Okay. Okay, I think I've got it. Oops. Let me lay this back on here so I kind of make sure I'm in my same spot I want to be in. I did a little huffing that time. There we go. Whew, who would have thought? Just stamping. I don't know where I got typing, but stamping one little hello was going to be so difficult. Okay, now I'm just adding a little bit of adhesive on the back up here because I want to tuck this one down kind of like that. I'm glad I colored that leaf just in case. Now you can do it however you want. I don't want it too big. There, I kind of like that. Okay. Let's see where we are because all of these layers are going to go together like this. So let's see. Yeah, kind of like that. And then we're going to pop that one up. Okay, so I think we're good to go. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to bring in glue here. Now I die cut this piece out to the center of that before I embossed it. Pretty clever, huh? I always try to use the center of something in layers if I can. Now I put glue everywhere, so I'm not going to quite push that down because of that reason right there. I thought about that after I... Okay, now Debbie's got a mess. Okay, so let's clean that mess up. Let's bring in our... Oh gosh, where did it go? Well, I was going to bring in my silicone mat, but it is missing. Now I'm going to be on the hunt for my silicone mat. Okay. We're going to do it like this. We're going to lay this piece down first, and then it's not going to matter about the other glue. Normally, you would pull in your silicone mat and do it from there, because then it won't get glue everywhere. If you don't have a silicone mat, you definitely need to get one, and Debbie needs to find hers. It's usually right here in my drawer to the left of me, and it's not there. Okay. This will go in the center, just like that. There. Fix the problem. Now, when I originally did the card, I kind of thought about popping this piece up, and I think maybe this time we might pop that up because we're going to lay this flat on here. So let's go ahead and add some adhesive here. And then let's see what we want to do with that. So that's going to go on just like that. Now this bundle has masks that go with it that you can color different layers, and they are great, don't get me wrong, but I love just using some blending brushes and creating like some background paper and then just stamping it and then, you know, die cutting it or whatever you want to do with it after that. Now I'm painting this with our awesome Wink of Stella. Another thing that if you don't have, you definitely want to get some Wink of Stella. This is awesome stuff. And it goes a long ways. All right, so let's go ahead. I think we are going to pop it up this time. We'll pop this one up with dimensionals. I know I probably put on more than what most people do, but I like to have lots of dimensionals. All right. And let's go ahead and pop this here, just like that. And then we are going to still go ahead and pop, oh, I need to clean my glass mat. Pop up that one little one. And sorry, these dimensionals are looking pretty ragged. They've been in a container that I take to classes, and I finally decided to pull it out and use it and put new ones in there. Because as you can see, they kind of get bent because I stick them in this, like a pencil caddy or whatever. I need to just cut them in half, and then it wouldn't happen like that. Okay. Now let's line this up. And it goes like that. No, it does not go like that. This is the hardest part, is just, oh, here we go. Just trying to line things up. That goes there, just like that. And then I brought in the new, and these are actually Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems. But I felt like the strawberry slush was so close to the melon mambo that I thought it coordinated quite well. And yes, we could use the pretty and pink ones too. And then these are white. So any of these would actually work. Here, maybe this time I will pull in one of the lighter ones and see if we like that. I kind of like the darker, even though it is strawberry slush, which I almost used strawberry slush. Isn't that kind of funny? When I was pulling in colors. And then I had found these bling that coordinated quite well. I think this time we'll put a big one up here. Right there. I like to mix it up a little bit there. All right, so there we go. And one last thing here. So what we're going to do with our inside piece is just stamp it, and then we're going to do a little bit of blending. So let's bring in that scrap piece. So let's bring in the basic gray again. And this, on the top of my head, I already know at least one more that you could do this same kind of technique with that would look really cool. And it's the new set. It's called You Are Remarkable. It's actually what I'm using for a bonus class with my next East Meets West class with Tracy. But I'm picturing that one kind of doing the same thing or something very similar. So I think you have a lot of options here. And remember, you can always just start with your paper and put the ink down and then decide what you want to do after that. I need to bring these back in. Let's see. So that's the pretty and pink, but I think I want to add a little bit of the melon mambo also. Let's see if I have enough on my brush. Oh, I might, yeah. Because we don't need it to be too dark here. And you could add, let's see, did I add any? Oops, this is the card we're working on. I didn't do anything with the leaves for the green. You could if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to kind of leave it just like that. Let's get this out of our way. And let's attach this to the inside. And if you noticed here, if you've been watching my videos for any time, I work on a flat surface and then I fold it at the end. I like it that way. I've been doing this now for quite a while and it works so much better leaving your card flat. Now there are some cases where it doesn't quite work, but I love leaving it flat like that. So there you go. There's our card for today. I actually, I wasn't quite sure when I finished the first one, but I like it. And remember, this one we popped up a little different. And I actually like how it popped up. I can't say I like one over the other. I like how they both turned out. Anyway, I hope you give it a try with the ink blending. Our blending brushes are great. I love them. I mean, most of mine all have labels on them. These two don't. I need to label them, but I need to get my label maker back from my son. He borrowed it. So, because I like to keep basically one for each color. There are some that you can use for, several colors. I know some people like to just do blues and reds and pinks and that kind of thing, but I like to kind of have one of each color. It mainly works better for me anyway, especially with the blues, because you've got like Night of Navy, Misty Moonlight, Blueberry Bushel. Those are all pretty dark. And then if you went to use Balmy Blue with it, which is much lighter, you'd really have to do some cleaning first. And I just like to be able to pick up the brush and use it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's card. And again, remember, if you don't have a demonstrator, I would be more than happy to help you. And of course, we have the brand new 2025 to 2026 annual catalog that is out. So if you don't have one of these and you need one, please reach out and I will make sure you get one. Oh, somebody had pulled out an order form on Saturday out of my container, but we don't need those anymore because now you earn your own Stampin' rewards. So yes, if you don't have a catalog, let me know and I'd love to get one sent off to you. And also remember that we have a lot of online exclusive products, that not everything is in the catalog anymore. We do a combination of both. Yeah, so I think that's about it for today. I would love it if you like, follow, share, get on my email list if you want to have all the updates about any classes, sales, free shipping days, all those kinds of things. I send all those out by email, and I am on a goal and on a mission to get my email list up to 100 subscribers. I actually have more than that out there. It's just some have dropped, but it always keeps the same numbers, but it tells you how many are actually getting the emails. So I'm like at 86, I think it is, or something like that. So anyway, I would love to have you follow me. That would be awesome. Well, I hope you guys all have a great Tuesday, and I will see you again on Thursday. Bye, guys.